Even though the first Annabelle movie was critically panned, I mean, it made a boatload of money at the box office, and you know what that means? A sequel. Annabelle Creation is the next installment in the Conjuring universe. And this one's another prequel, even though the first Annabelle was a prequel to The Conjuring, so this is a prequel. Prequel? I guess that's a thing? I don't know. I guess I kind of just have to wrap my head around that one. Annabelle Creation, if it wasn't obvious enough in the title, is about the creation of the doll Annabelle, since the doll maker created this doll after the death of his daughter. And it focuses on how the doll became such an evil entity before it got into the hands of Ed and Lorraine Warren. So the doll maker and his wife let this nun and a few of these girls from this orphanage stay at the house for a time, which ends up being a really terrible idea due to the fact that the moment they start staying in that house, evil stuff starts happening and they become targets for the doll. Any hope I have for this movie actually turning out pretty good was due to the fact that David F. Sandberg's directing. If you don't recognize the name, he's the guy who did Lights Out last summer, another really good horror movie I really recommend. And just like with Lights Out, I thought he did a really good job with this movie too. I mean, not to bash the first Annabelle, but I wasn't really scared by a lot of the stuff that was in that movie. And there's actually some really genuine scares in this movie compared to the first one. Of course, since it's a modern horror film, you're still going to get your standard jump scares and points in the movie where you can't hear anything and then just a loud noise comes out of nowhere. But they do mix it up, and there's actually some parts I really enjoyed that weren't like that kind of horror. Something that really surprised me is how the movie actually has a pretty solid plot. I mean, it starts out a little slow, but once they get to the house, you know, it picks up pace, and it's not really boring for the rest of the movie. Another one of the things I was really impressed by is just how well a lot of the younger actresses in this movie were, since the majority of the cast is younger actresses. There's only like 2 or 3 adults in the whole movie. I was already a fan of Lulu Wilson before because I liked her performance in the sequel to Ouija, but she was really good in this again. But the other lead actress in the film, Taliltha Bateman, she holds her own too in this movie, and I really liked her performance. Her character easily has the most depth in the movie, and I think that's part of why I liked it so much. If you're a fan of the other movies in the Conjuring franchise, you're going to like a lot of the subtle nods they make towards the other movies and like future installments. I know the next installment in this Conjuring universe they're making is for the nun from the second Conjuring movie. Don't really know how that's going to turn out, but, you know, I'm open to it. But we'll see. The only major gripe I really have with the movie is the major gripe I have with most horror movies is just that a lot of the characters are just idiots. I won't go into too much detail, but there is one part in particular I can use it as an example because somebody dies in the house in a very gruesome way, and instead of like getting the hell out of there, they're like, "Oh, okay, children, time to get ready for bed." And it's just like, how am I supposed to sleep when someone just died in a gruesome way in the same house I'm in right now? And there's other shit going on at the same time. Like, what? And it's not even like they don't have access to a vehicle. Like, they do. They just are like, well, I'll just deal with the evil spirits and hope for the best, I guess. But before I ramble on too long about that, I'm going to give my score for the movie. I'd have to give Annabelle Creation a B. This is a huge step up from the first Annabelle film that I didn't really like that much. And this movie, I really was surprised at how good it was. And it really had no right to be this good. But, I had low expectations and it blew them away. And I'm definitely looking forward to other movies David F. Sandberg does in the future because he's slowly becoming one of my favorite horror directors. Him and I always like Mike Flanagan a lot too. But yeah, I'm excited for whatever comes in the future for them. Anyway, thanks for checking out my review of the movie. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.